Yeah. Hey yo, what's good you guys? It's Boomer and Jared watching Bali Star, and today we're just getting into which streamers are bottoms by offending everybody. You feel me? So let's see exactly what he's talking about, man. Let's see exactly what he's talking about. Alright, let's go.
Welcome to Top or Bottom, where I talk about people I've never met and say if they're a top or bottom.
Streamer edition!
Starting out with Dr. Disrespect.
Oh, so which ones are like, you know what I'm saying, like highly respected alphas, and which ones are like neon?
Calls himself a doctor with no credentials. Bet the woke community loves him as he chooses his own pronouns. Disrespect is like Family Guy. I loved it as a kid, but I think it's time to drop the character. You bled a ton of money out of it. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Aside from that mustache. All that mustache does is telepathically tell your wife, it's for the money. Speaking of his wife, Dr. Disrespect did one of the most heinous and despicable things any human could do. Cheat on her? What? No. Make an apology video about cheating on his wife. It's unforgivable. And again, not the cheating part. Because we all know that's not cool, but no guy watching this has any idea the temptation you must face. I can barely control myself in front of a 7 with deep V, let alone being able to pick whatever ethnicity or cup size I want at the swipe of a finger. So don't let some Hub Premium subscriber sit here and say, oh my god, how could he? How could he not? But how is that anyone else's business besides you and your family? Did your wife try to guilt trip you into doing it on stream? If that's the case, then like your mistress, tell her to get f***ed. She has every right to be upset, but forcing you to potentially ruin your career because her feelings were hurt is wrong too. I mean, if you're gonna do it, then at least give it an accurate title like When Post-Nut Clarity Hits Hard. So sorry, Doc, but I'm downvoting you to bottom. Next up, Tommy in... Whoa, wait, how old is this kid? Oh, he's 19. If it's good enough for Leo, it's good enough for me. Tommy is basically the Michael Cera of streamers. Proving you don't need talent to be successful. For Leo, it's good enough for me. Tommy is basically the Michael Cera of streamers. Proving you don't need talent to be successful, you just need to be relatable. And what's more relatable to his fan base than being a pasty, awkward, cringy teenager? The only difference being Tommy is rich. He's basically living a dream. I'm sorry, I meant to say living in dream. Probably testing out that backdoor server. Butt jokes. Just like Technoblade, they never get old. Luckily, Tommy's an Aries, so he can't get cancer. But he can fall victim to a thought with no gag reflex. So remember, Tommy. Hold on. He can't get cancer. But he can fall victim to a thought with no gag reflex. So remember, Tommy. Hoes are like creepers. They randomly show up, causing you to blow your load and make you drop all your treasure. That's why you need to keep your Ender Dragon in check. Because the last thing you want is
hold on. What did he do? What did he do?
Like, oh, he's 19. If it's good enough for Leo, it's good enough for me. Tommy is basically the Michael Cera of streamers. Proving you don't need talent to be successful, you just need to be relatable. And what's more relatable to his fan base than being a pasty, awkward, cringy teenager? The only difference being Tommy is rich. He's basically living a dream. I'm sorry, I meant to say living in dream. Probably testing out that backdoor server. Butt jokes. Just like Technoblade, they never get old. Luckily, Tommy's an Aries, so he can't get cancer. But he can fall victim to a thought with no gag reflex. So remember, Tommy, hoes are like creepers. They randomly show up, causing you to blow your load and make you drop all your treasure. That's why you need to keep your Ender Dragon in check, because the last thing you want is to be defeated by a minor. Nether right? Keep that bottom tight, buddy. Next up, Moist Critical. What is it about Moist that makes everyone love him? Seriously, I want to know. Is it his simple wardrobe? His monotonous voice? His breathtaking caterpillars? Drake Bell knows I want you to come first eyes? What is it? Everything I've learned about entertainment doesn't apply to this guy. He puts no effort into his appearance, thumbnails, videos, and still makes absolute bank. Like, how are you gonna post the same picture of your face with the title, I'm gonna tickle it, and get 1.8 million views in a day? It doesn't make sense. Is it the fact that in this current landscape of echo chambers and people having a hard time finding reliable news sources, he appears to be trustworthy and well-informed when his research only consists of 8 minutes of reading a Reddit discussion thread? Because if that's the case, then is he just copying the same formula 24-hour news cycles use of spoon-feeding you clickbait topics and hoping getting emotional reaction out of you in order to generate as much revenue as possible, while not being held accountable for the misinformation he might spread to an impressionable fan base?
Sounds like one of those, what they call it? Damn, I forgot what they call it. Them theoretical places where they give you some type of placebo and, you know, they pay you for it and, you know, see if it does anything. I forgot what they were called.
Oh, no! Charlie's my friend! He wouldn't do that! And admitting he's wrong!
Wait, what?
In order to generate as much revenue as possible, while not being held accountable for the misinformation he might spread to an impressionable fan base. No! Charlie's my friend! He wouldn't do that! And admitting he's wrong would be admitting I'm wrong! And I can't be wrong! Wait. Charlie's under 5'7"? Why did I spend all this time researching him when by law he has to be a bottom? Next up, XQC. The fact he made anything out of his life with a stuttering problem is impressive. Really think about his options at 12 years old. It's either streaming or fistful of pills from his mom's medicine cabinet. Now recently XQC has come under fire for making a React video about war-torn citizens also coming under fire. And all I have to say is, about time. Why should Boeing and Lockheed Martin be the only ones to profit off dead children? It's not fair. Their dead little feeble bodies don't belong to anyone. I mean, America was built off exploiting tragedy for profit. Heck, the news does it every day and they're rated PG. What's the difference? Is it the whole $100 million to promote gambling to children? That's where we draw the line? Really? Because it sounds like you're jelly of his business strategy of promoting gambling to kids, have them suffer a crippling addiction, turn to the army for guidance, only to have them ridiculed by the person that got them there in the first place.
Oh God! Oh God, Billy, no!
Cringe. But trying to ruin more kids than Planned Parenthood is a clear sign that you're a bottom. Next up, Hassan. I thought liberals supposed to be nice, not pretentious assholes. Hassan is like the Bill Maher of the streamer community, and thinks anyone that disagrees with them is hard R retarded. Hassan is basically a mega pastor. He preaches about generosity and giving while using your money to buy mansions and luxury cars. You see, Hassan might want to live liberally, but what gets him hard is conservatism. Livy might get you genuine friends who frequently put your self-interest above their own, but Repubby gets you a Porsche. And who needs loyalty when you always have your girl's back door? So stop pretending you're a top and we all know you're a bottom. Next up, Saikuno. Why does something seem so off without his face? It's like he is permanent. I just caught my girl belonging another guy.
Hassan. You know what I'm saying? But I just know about him. I don't really deep dive into his stuff because all this liberal, Republican, dude, like I said about the whole political party, it's two halves of the same coin. I was about to say two snakes of, two of the same person wearing, like, puppeteering two, you know what I'm saying, two halves of, but the same person. Basically, two halves of the same coin. You know what I'm saying? You have Democrats, you have the Republicans. Tails, heads, bro. This is the same thing. In the end, they all, like, you know, when you deep dive into it, their views are still the same. They're just branched off into different views which separate them. Like a tree, when you cut it down the middle, now it's separated, but its roots are still, like, you know, the stump is still there. You know what I'm saying? Which they both came from. Same with these liberals and all that. I'm like, bro, like anything concerning the political party to me is just like, you are all the same. You are all the same.
Guy face. The only thing good about his face
in the end,
is
you're still the same.
Whatever gender they want. You know what I mean? Like, imagine being born a girl but looking like Papa Meat. Ugh, how is she gonna pull off bangs with those cheeks? Saikuno is like the opposite of Hassan. He comes off like a bottom, but he'd be topping it. Next up, Tyler 1. He's like a preteen. He gets overly emotional about things that don't matter and likes to show off pics of his titty.
I heard this dude got, you know what I'm saying? Is he still active? I've never seen no videos other than him just like yelling and raging and stuff, but they're like, they look like old videos. Is he still active?
Tyler strikes me as the type of guy to blame the girl for him coming too quickly. This is your fault, if anything. Now, go think about what you did, but don't touch yourself to the thought of another man! My favorite clip of Tyler is...
Oh, he tried to do that. That guy's this kid! He's trolling. He's the kid! What the
Get a life, you loser. He's covering all bases. If he wins, you suck, and if he loses, it's only because you're a loser with no life. Genius way to protect that fragile ego. But just remember, Tyler, no matter how loud you scream, it's not going to make your dad hug you. So put on a singlet and get on the bottom. Next up, Asmongold. Asmongold. Now, knowing nothing about him and basing this solely off appearance, I'm getting huge I Stalk my ex-girlfriend vibes.
Right.
Possibly some gaslighting of, if you want to get tagged in the video, how about you show me some love? But let's look what he does for a living and puts out low-effort stream clips for money. I'm telling you guys, if I ever get like this, please melon ball my eyes out. I'm serious. I respect he's earning a living for him and his captured family, but I just find something so repulsive about people that half-ass entertainment. So, Asmon, like your charity stream, I'm going to take a little off the top and give you what's left on the bottom. Next up, Aiden Ross. When not giving Tate handies for trafficking victims, Aiden can be seen... What does he do? I'm gonna guess his parents left him a massive inheritance as he plays.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
And Aiden, how are you gonna brag about being a porn star? Manipulating a broken girl with a history of trauma? How did you do it? You know, it's not a status symbol if she trades an 8-ball for your salad. So I hope you wore a hefty... How did you do it? You know, it's not a status symbol if she trades an 8-ball for your salad. So I hope you wore a hefty bag before throwing it in that dumpster, you bottom-ass... Next up, Pearl Necklace Face Sniper Wolf. I thought you were just doing guys. Well, considering how hard she Jack's films, I just just assume she was. Now, Sniper Wolf is been getting a lot of heat recently. And no, I'm not talking about the heat from the frothy man juice she's getting in every thumbnail. I'm talking about giving out the home address of one of her enemies to a rabid fan base. I mean, it's not like any of them would do something irrational in order to gain the attention of a girl they idolize. No. I'm sure none of them have pent-up sexual frustration and are looking for justifiable reasons to act on their violent urges. Besides, who cares about a celebrity's privacy anyway?
Please respect my privacy, respect any other YouTuber's privacy, because it's hard to believe, but you know, we're people just like you, like exactly like you.
Oof, just like Germa's face. That clip did not age well. So Sniper, I think it's time you get in the bottom, like the dead fish you are. Next up, Tim the Tap Man, who out of everyone on this list has overcome the most adversity. He's a chubby bald ginger. You can't get dealt worse cards than those. Still, he managed to make something out of his life, even if it's screaming at 12-year-olds. But even with the occasional outburst, Tim seems like a nice guy. Sure, he sells drugs to kids, but they should have known. Gingers can't be trusted. I mean, he's literally a walking red flag. That being said, Tim did one of the bravest things a person can do and defended Nick Merckx after he was called the N-word for white people. That's right. Transphobic. And supporting a friend when it doesn't help your career is something I can respect. So even though you're not getting into heaven, I'll let you get on top. Next up, Mizkif, the man who got butthurt when someone cheated on his game show. A game show that he stole. It's just, are you smarter than a 5th grader? Does he not see the irony here? Upset at someone cheating on a game show that he stole? But you know, everybody steals content. And the Miz isn't a bad guy. Recently, he got offered a deal to go play Fortnite in Saudi Arabia, but he did the right thing and declined after the event got leaked and received backlash. I mean, that's gotta count for something. He could have came out from the start and said, hey, stop hate tweeting me from your sweatshop-made phones, you hypocrites. But instead, he waited to see how his fans reacted before making a decision. That's the corporate manufactured sellout you want. And don't feel bad about the Saudi deal. He's already got a Counter-Strike 20 lined up in Russia. So have fun sulking in economy as the Miz is chilling in first class. But rich or not, you're still a bottom to me, buddy. Next up, Jay Schlatt. I'm shocked someone who turns to anger and violence considers himself a Republican. Schlatt just thinks a certain percent of the population should go extinct, while at the same time seeing no historical comparisons. Jokes aside, I have a tremendous amount of respect for him. Because in a world where everyone's tiptoeing around what the correct thing to say is, Schlatt keeps it real. Sure, the a-hole side of him frequently takes over, but Schlatt is something you corporate monkeys aren't. Authentic. When he's not shilling the product of the video. Pay-to-win games, gun violence, $25 keychains? There's almost nothing he won't promote. But you can't deny he did it his way. So Schlatt, for you, I'd open up my Twin Towers and let you park your plane 9, maybe 11 times into my Alright, that feels like enough streamers for one video. If you want to see more streamers get roasted, then check out my Smash or Pass vid where I say even meaner things. And to everyone I made fun of, I just want to let you know, you're not special. Well, everyone except for Tyler, who I'm pretty sure has autism.
Nah, this dude mad wild funny, bro. Alright, you guys, so that was offending everybody. Which streamers are bottoms, you feel me? Okay. Alright. So he meant tiers. You know what I'm saying? Putting them in certain tiers, you feel me? So, hey, man. It is what it is. I didn't even know like 40% of them, but just seeing all that, what they did, and you know how they move is like, oh, that's crazy. But hey, y'all let me know your thoughts about down in the comment section down below. You already know it's Boomer. You're watching Ballystar. Make sure to leave a like, support the video if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new, so that we join up with the all-star gang up in this thing. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, 100. Ooh! Yeah.